Are you applying for business analyst jobs but not getting a call? There could be twofold problems. One, your resume is not correct, right? Second could be you are not applying for the right jobs. In this video, I'm going to give you a drill down on how to find which business analyst job is suitable for you and how to decide whether I should apply for that or not. So let's get started. So when you're applying for a business analyst job, you need to consider the following factors. Number one, you need to apply for the job which is as per your strengths. Don't apply for something which you want to become, because if your objective is to get into a job as soon as possible, then you need to find out the path which is of least resistance. And for that, you need to apply to only those jobs where the job requirements are perfectly aligned to your strengths. So, to be able to do that, let's first understand what kind of business analyst job openings are available in the market. Okay, let's start with the general skills. This is something which is a pure play functional business analyst without any domain knowledge required, so that you will be able to develop software application, capture the requirements, and pass on the requirements to the development team. Second one would be somebody with domain skills. Third one would be somebody with product skills. Fourth one would be data skills, where you can handle data, write SQL queries, or capture information so that data can be imported into data tables or data warehouse. Next would be data visualization skills like Power BI, Tableau. You can create dashboards and so on, which is again based on the data skills. So even to be able to create dashboards, you need to be having data skills. The knowledge of SQL is mandatory. And finally, the technical skills. Nowadays, the demand for technical business analysts is increasing. But remember, in all of this, you have to consider that AI skills or AI knowledge is a mandatory thing. It's not a optional thing. So whatever you are applying for, AI skills is a given. Everybody assumes that you know AI, meaning how to use AI to write user stories, for example. Okay. Now let me show you some job openings, for example, which will help you in understanding how to figure out whether it suits your profile or not. Okay, let's start with the first one. Here is the job opening which I saved as PDF. Now, if you go through the key responsibilities area, you'll realize that these are typical of a functional business analyst. There are no requirements for domain knowledge as well. So if you are a general business analyst and a functional business analyst, then this is the job opening for you. But if you are somebody who has domain knowledge or some other skills, as discussed earlier, then you should find something which is more suitable for you. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your skills. That brings us to the second example. Now, let's go through the second job opening. In this case, if you read the details properly, as you might be seeing on your screens, you realize that this particular job opening requires domain knowledge, and specifically in the payments domain. Even in payments domain, if you go down further, they have clearly specified what exactly do they need in payments domain. So if you're a business analyst with domain knowledge specifically in payments, then this is the job posting for you. Okay, so as you can see in the first one, I showed you a job opening which was purely functional. In the second one, it is something which is a job opening with domain knowledge. So you should be applying only to the appropriate job. Now let's go to the third one. Now, if you look at the third one, this is something where there is a lot of confusion. So if you see the posting or the job opening, it says business analyst. But if you go down the details, you'll realize that at some place it says 60% functional business analyst and 40% technical knowledge, right? Which means that it is something where technical skills are also required, right? And which are the technical skills? It talks about Tableau, SQL, SharePoint, etc. And last but not the least, it also talks about the domain, specifically mortgage. That means it's a job posting which requires functional business analyst knowledge. It requires domain knowledge in mortgage, and it also requires some tech skills, right? So now, even though it is mentioned as business analyst, it is actually a tech business analyst with domain knowledge, right? So you need to read the fine prints also carefully, because if you're a general business analyst and if you apply for this, your CV is never going to be shortlisted, right? And you know the reasons. Now that brings me to the fourth one. Let's have a look at the fourth job opening. Now this is something which is a purely technical BA job opening. So if you look at the description, you'll realize that it is asking for certain specific skills. For example, data mapping and specifications, system design understanding, understanding solution design, and so on. Now, no coding is required in this case. So, most of the technical BA skills will never require any coding knowledge except maybe SQL. Certain things are pretty common these days. For example, as I mentioned earlier, AI skills is a given. Everybody expects you to have AI skills, right? Second, certain tools, for example, Jira, MS Visio, these are something which are mandatorily expected from you. Nobody specifies these things. Keep these things in mind. That brings me to the fifth one. This is a technical business analyst opening. But if you read the details carefully, there is no mention of any technical skills at all. What does it mention? It mentions general BA skills like Agile Scrum, user stories, prototyping, stakeholder management, and so on. So in this case, if you skip it just because it says technical business analyst, you will miss out an opportunity. Okay. So overall, what I'm trying to say is that one, you need to look at your strengths and read the job description so that you can only apply to what are your strengths, right? Don't try to start thinking that, okay, I want to become this. Even though I don't have skills, I'll pick up later. That is not going to work. That is one. Number two, read the job descriptions very carefully so that either you know about the full details or something which is misleading that can get clarified if you read it carefully. Okay. That way, you'll be able to apply to jobs or BA jobs specifically, which have better chances for you to get a call. In the upcoming videos, I'm going to look at the resume part and say what are the key things which you need to have in your resume, depending on whether you are an entry level, a mid level, or a senior business analyst. Thanks for watching this video. If you have liked it, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.